Bill, let's talk about Michael Flynn and what's happening there and what the DOJ has come out with. Can you give us any understanding of this and perspective?
Of course I can, Beck. I'm a simple man, as you know, and I look at this not from a journalistic point of view, but from an American point of view. You have the most powerful investigative agency in the world, the FBI. It is now clear beyond any reasonable doubt that the ownership of the FBI, the people who ran it, and their top agents knew that an investigation into a presidential candidate and then a president was founded on no evidence whatsoever, none. So the FBI continued to try to find evidence based on no probable cause. So in order to investigate a citizen, you got to have probable cause. You just can't,
Correct.
Police just can't walk in your house and say, look, we don't know if you did anything, but we're going to search the house. You can't do that. That's unconstitutional. That's what the FBI did.
Okay, now hang on. Wait. Hang on there, because I have a question about this so far. So far, I understand it, and that's exactly what Barr was saying. They knew they didn't have a case. They knew they had nothing. So that's like getting them to lie is kind of like walking into the house, investigating for whatever, hoping to find something, and then saying, you know what, I hear he really hates his wife's cooking. When his wife is there, let's ask him, do you hate your wife's cooking? No, I love my wife's cooking. And he lies about that. You cannot go into somebody's house and just do that. But you also, even if he was lying, you can't get him on that because you didn't have a reason to be in the house in the first place.
Absolutely, Beck. You're brilliant.
That's
what's
happening, right? Thank you. Yeah, well, I know.
You're a brilliant man.
I'm not a simple man. Yeah, thank you.
Whatever Flynn did, whatever he did, and the big question he has to pick up, Pence has to explain why Pence went to Trump and said he misled me.
He lied.
Yeah, Pence got to explain it. But anyway, getting back to the really important issue for every one of your listeners, you have a tremendous abuse of power and a crime because this prosecution was illegal. And you not only prosecuted General Flynn, but you tried to disrupt a presidential election in doing so. The only reason they went after Flynn, and everybody should be clear about this, is they wanted Flynn to flip on Trump. They wanted to put all this pressure on Flynn and his son, because his son worked with the general in their consulting firm, hoping that Flynn would say, well, Trump told me to do it, told me to talk to the Russians. That's the only reason they went after the man.
Hang on just a sec. Hang on. Wait. Let me ask you this question, because I agree with you that is one of the reasons. I'm not sure it's the only reason. You know, Barack Obama, it's now been found out that he knew all about it and had an uncomfortable encounter, inserting himself into some of this. Obama was passionately anti-Flynn because he had Flynn as part of his counsel during his administration, fired him because he took such a hard line on Islamic extremists. And Obama warned Donald Trump, don't take him, did everything he could to make sure that Flynn didn't come in and reverse a lot of the Obama-era policies on our fight on radicalized Islam. So do you think that could have played a role, too, that he was not only trying to destroy Trump, but also, if Trump won, he wanted to make sure that Flynn was destroyed?
I think that's speculation, Beck. I could not
I think it's pretty good speculation.
well, it's circumstantial evidence. but
Yes.
I couldn't say that Barack Obama ordered the FBI to get Flynn. I could not say that. All right, maybe,
Okay. All right,
maybe, but that's not going to, believe me, that is not going to be in play. What's going to be in play is you've got to indict high-ranking members of the FBI. Durham has to bring back enough evidence so that Barr indicts. Now, I think that will happen because the outrage in this country would be so intense if the Trump Justice Department did not file charges against the top-level FBI people.
so we're
Trump
talking about
himself would
Comey,
be damaged.
McCabe. Right.
Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, and what's his name? Priesteps, who wrote that
Yes.
handwritten memo.
Yes.
Those are the five. But remember, I haven't seen what Durham. I don't know anything of what Durham has. But you would think that from what we know, it's made public, those five people are in the kill zone. So say three of them get indicted. Say two of them get indicted. I think that would mollify the American people. But if no one gets indicted,
No,
Trump will get hurt.
I don't want just somebody indicted for it. I want this fixed. I mean, I think that's where the American people are. They don't want some political show.
You can't get it fixed until there's convictions.
Oh,
So
no, I
that's the way you
know
get it
that,
fixed.
but I'm saying I think Clapper is another one that is involved deeply in this. There's evidence coming out now about
Beck,
Clapper,
you've
and what's
gotta
the other one?
wait. You've got to wait until Durham comes back with what Clapper did or did not do.
I know that. We're talking about.
Look, Clapper.
You are so funny.
No, I'm just brilliant, and you got to keep up with me. Clapper is a circumstantial case. You can convict him, but you can't convict him like you can the others, the FBI, because now we know, based on notes, handwritten notes in meetings, we know what they were trying to do. It isn't he said,
Correct.
she said. There's the evidence. You see it. We haven't seen the evidence against Clapper or Brennan or any of the Obama people. Go ahead.
You will. So let me ask you this. I agree with you. We have to have evidence, and we have to have strong evidence because I want it clear. I don't want anyone to be able to say what Schiff is now saying, what's the little fat man Nadler is saying now, that this is just revenge, and this isn't true, and Barr is out of control. We have to have real solid evidence. Otherwise, we turn into a banana republic.
Right, but I think that they do, because Barr is a very smart man. Of all of the of all the Trump cabinet members, all right, the two smartest, savviest are Barr and Pompeo.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the far and away the two smartest guys. Barr is telling you in his selective interviews, we're going to get these guys. And he wouldn't be doing it if he had a wishy-washy case. The other guy who's going to get it, and I don't think he's going to be indicted, is Mueller. Because Mueller did not include in his report much of this stuff that he knew, Mueller knew, and left it out of his report. Now, I don't know if that's a federal crime. I don't think it is, but it's certainly corrupt. Is it not? Mueller was supposed to report on this whole thing, and he leaves out the FBI corruption, doesn't put it in.
We haven't even seen anyone pay yet for what happened with the FISA court, and somebody needs to pay for all of this.
Well, that's
otherwise
I think
nothing.
That's where the indictments are going to come down. They're going to come down in phony warrants, all right, because that's a felony, and then abuse of power. That's a felony for the FBI. The FBI abused their power, all right, by contriving a case against a citizen, a general of all people. But obviously everybody knows the overarches. They tried to get Trump out of there. That's why they did all this. And
here's my concern.
It's as high as it gets.